Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live, another mermaid interview live. Comes my guest.
Hold
There
on.
she is.
Okay,
Can you
cool.
hear me, beautiful?
Yes, I had to turn it up a little bit, but I'm here. I was like, oh, I don't know how this is gonna work.
Oh
Ooh,
my goodness. Hello, the vintage
hi.
glam mermaid. I'm so excited to meet you.
Same. Do you need me to get my headphones? Would that help with the static?
No, if you think it's staticky, you can put headphones in if you'd like to, but you seem to be clear to me.
Oh,
I can hear you just fine. I'm going to look over to a moderator and ask for a sound test. Sound test on Mermaid Rashell. Can you hear her okay? So we're
yep.
going to check a sound quality for you. Oh
Cool.
my goodness, hon. I enjoy your content so much.
Oh, thank
And
you.
I really wanted to speak with you and meet you because you've done something so magical by combining sort of the pinup style with mermaid style. And they just kind of go, they're just kind of like peas and carrots. Like it just kind of goes hand in hand. So I hope you don't mind me like just fangirling over you for a little bit because I completely am. And I'm just going to be
Well, I
picking your
appreciate
brain.
that.
And I
um,
also am so excited to have another mermaid mummy with me because I
yeah.
know I don't know very many mermaid mummies. And you're also a mermaid mummy. I have two little merlings. And so it just helps me to connect with another mummy and be like, hi, we're here.
I know,
And we
I
have a
know.
weird hobby.
For sure, for sure. I actually am really surprised because I've only been mermaiding for like 2.5, 3 years. I'm actually surprised there isn't a pinup style mermaid already. Like I feel like there's been mermaids that like touch down on it a little bit. Like I've seen a few people do like a pinup-y style, but I'm just really surprised there isn't already. I'll probably say that, and she'll show up.
Nah,
um,
she can't show up, girl. You first. You number one. Boom.
So yeah, I am a mermama too. I actually have two. My oldest is 13, and a lot of people don't see him a whole lot, and you probably won't. He's not camera friendly. He is a
Mm.
teenager. He's kind of doing his own thing. If that tells you how old I am too. So I just kind of like I feel like people think I'm younger than I am, and I'm like, oh no, no, I'm old. I'm old. So
Your
I do
secret's safe
have
with me.
two.
I won't tell nobody.
So yeah, I will have to tell you that I am kind of jealous that you have so much more time to make content. Like I maybe do it once a month and then I utilize it for as long as I can. Unfortunately, I just don't have the schedule right now with work and with my 4-year-old. She pretty much goes everywhere with me. She's my little PIC. She's pretty supportive and she might pop in. I
Oh,
asked my
that's
kids
fine.
asked them to give me a time, but oh, no promises.
That's okay. It's a child-friendly space. And I've got my 5-year-old over there that's got headphones on. Any second that could go wrong.
Right,
My
right.
my oldest turns 8 tomorrow, so at any second she could come stomping down here. Child-friendly space, hon. If a child comes in, they're more than welcome in here. This is a good space for them. Um,
So yeah,
I if you don't mind, because I know a little bit about you because I follow your content, but the people on my side might not know who you are. And so if you wouldn't mind, introducing yourself and why you got into mermaiding in the first place, that would just be I think it would give the people a way to get to know you and understand a little bit more about the mermaiding world and how we're all kind of different. So do you want to introduce yourself for me?
yeah, yes, for sure. So my name's Mermaid Rashell, and even if you guys do follow me, you will realize I'm terribly bad about doing lives, and I'm working on it. Like I said, they're just so. I feel like you have to have the time to do them, and at any moment, my dog or my children can pop in on me, so it's hard for me to do them. So I decided to enter the mermaiding community like 2018 or 19. I think it was 18. Yeah, it was 2018 this summer after my daughter. And I feel like it's kind of like everyone else's. I just feel such a fixation with water and I feel very comfortable in it. My first job, I was a lifeguard and swim instructor. So I've always just really been drawn to it, and I'm very comfortable in it. That's how I choose to work out. Um, that's one of the ways I like to work out. And my daughter's howling through the vent right now, so you can
That's
hear
okay.
that.
If you need to take a mommy
No,
break
it's
at any
fine.
time, don't worry about it. That's totally okay.
No, we're good.
So I was interested because you also have your Patty Diver certification as well.
I do actually, and I'm actually excited because little secret coming up. Me and one of my other mermaid friends. I don't know if you guys know who Lori or Whimsy is. She does a lot of content too. We're getting
I know
ready
her.
to take. Yes, I figured you probably did. We're getting ready to take our mermaid dive certification with an NK Mermaid in July. So that's super exciting. It's a lot like what Vero Beach. It's the exact same thing that Vero Beach Mermaid does. So we get to utilize that. So I'm super excited for that. And we are also. I'm part of the Illinois Merpod. They're mostly north, so I only really get to go up there for like the big events because I'm still 3 hours south from them. We actually are putting together like a small, I don't want to say convention because it's not really a convention, but within the Illinois Merpod, we're kind of putting a little workshop on. And me and her are both really excited to like, probably not this year, but next year, if it's successful, we'll get to offer like classes and stuff like that and really grow the mermaid community because I'm starting to realize like I was just very lucky that I was I also was on the swim team in high school. Like I was already really comfortable with the water, but there are literally people that are like they get the tail, but they're like, I don't know how to use this monofin. And for me, I didn't struggle. I just put it on and I just I always put the ring on my feet when I was a kid, and that was the closest we got to being mermaids. I feel like as children, and for some people that's just not natural. So I guess I'm super blessed that I feel so comfortable, and I guess you never know what's going to come back and help you later in life. Like I would have never thought that being a lifeguard and having that experience and being comfortable with the water would help me later on. I never saw that. So that's really, really awesome. So I'm excited to do that. But yes, I did get my Patty Diver certification last summer, and it was a challenge. I did it in I can't remember what it's called. It's in Arkansas. Bull Shoals is where we did it, and it was just really murky in the water. Like our diving instructor said, the conditions were the worst. So, but I did pass, so that's exciting. So I am excited though to do more and to share more and hopefully get. I really breath control hold. I feel like I really just would benefit having a professional teaching me that instead of you only can watch so much on YouTube. You know what I mean? There's
It's
like
true.
only so
It's
much
true.
you can get from YouTube without doing it in person. So yeah,
So
for sure,
we
super
had a
excited.
question for you. One of my friends popped in and says, "What is a Patty Diver?" Patty is spelled PADI, and it's an
Correct.
organization like ADA. It's basically a worldwide recognized. How would I describe this, Rashell? It's like an entity that certifies divers. I guess it's like a swim
Yeah,
school
yeah.
for diving equipment and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're like the ones that like developed the program. One of the first that developed the program to like give that certification. Like they're a diving certification course. So like it's just a brand, really. I believe Patty I know is really big, and then I can't remember the other one, but there's two really big ones, and it's safety. It's all based on safety in and out. It just really like develops your diver skills. You get a booklet, you get like in reading, you have to take tests. So it's not just let's hop in a tank and get in. You do have to take some bit of a course. There is a little bit of like in class education. You have to pass the written classes too, and then there's like a final. And then I believe it starts with like I've only got the beginner diver. So open water I believe is first. And then after that you can be instructor, but those all take like you have to get so many dives to be able to qualify for the next one. And it's the same thing, right? You still have to take a workshop and in class and take tests and pass before you can advance to the next one. Um, so the open water is just like the beginning, which a lot of people have. So that's pretty much what it is. It's a brand that has been developed to safely instruct people how to dive. Pretty much, I feel like that's pretty much sums it up. So
Yeah, so it's Patty PADI, and ADA is the other organization I think you were talking about. And I think Patty is now offering mermaid certification courses as well, which is kind of new. And they're also offering like mermaid instructor courses. So I'm kind of hoping that like later this year I'll be able to get my Patty beginner mermaid instructor, where you like you teach children and you put them in tails and things. Because I am a firm believer in certification. I'm a firm believer that when you get paid to do a job or you get hired, you should be certified, and that parents or clients have every right to ask for your certification. And so I've put on my social media many, many, many times, please do not hire mermaid performers that don't have insurance, that can't show you certification. Don't hire anybody to teach your children that isn't certified, because it's a major safety issue, and
For
it's
sure.
also a major trust issue with the sort of mermaid community as well. We want to keep the integrity of the sport and the professionalism. Um, there's many different kinds of mermaiding. There's the sports side of mermaiding. Then there's like the fashion side, or like the home aesthetic side. There's the lifestyle. And then there's like, hair and makeup and things like that. So, and then there's like the cosplay aspect of mermaiding as well. We just want to avoid accidents, and we want to keep children safe. We don't really want to be hiring a model or a cosplayer who's not certified to be teaching children. I don't find that safe or ethical at all. So let's just avoid
Right.
doing that.
I do.
I
I agree
wanted,
with you on that for sure. 100%.
I guess, I think it's like my mommy bear also, like, because I can only imagine
Yeah.
how I would feel if I hired someone to come in onto my property or at a pool to teach swimming to my children, and then I later found out that they don't know a thing. I think I'd be very upset. Um, I wanted to also talk to you a little bit. You're also a mermaid straw ambassador, which
I
is
am.
so cool.
Yes.
That is so cool. Would you mind telling us a little bit about the company, why you chose to become an ambassador to them, and what about their message are you vibing with? What about them do you like so much?
Okay, so yes, I recently just joined up with Mermaid Straw, and they are eco-friendly. Obviously, they are very supportive of keeping plastic out of our oceans and to help stop. Because that's honestly like my passion project this year, just to kind of bring awareness of how severe it is getting. I think I kind of spooked myself a little bit with some documentaries, but I think it needed to happen. It was one of those things you needed
Uh,
to like happen. You had to see it to get it.
Seaspiracy by any
Yes,
chance?
and I watched that one. I watched a couple of them. I watched Cowspiracy. I probably watched. I can't remember all of them by name, but anything David Attenberger has probably
I mean, we
narrated,
love
I have
him.
watched. I know. I just love that man. So I just really, you just kind of get to a point, and I think it may be different for everybody. Where you like, I just need to do better. Like some things are just, you just have to do more than just getting up, going through the motions and working every day. And after watching some of that stuff, it really just upset me because I think what really upset me, I have to go back and look because that documentary really moved me. I don't believe it was Seaspiracy. It was another one that David had narrated. And he was like kind of showing the progression of Earth and what
Oh, I know
plastic,
the one you're talking about.
you know
When
what
he
I'm
was talking
talking
about his
about?
his lifespan, and he's talking about how wild places on Earth are disappearing.
I think it might have been that, but basically it showed like a
Yeah.
timeline of like his prediction of where the planet's going to be. And it's just, we just really need to, like, there's so much, like, it's sad. It's really sad to think that my 4-year-old will grow up and then there may not be oceans anymore. And then everything just has like a domino effect. And I really think people are kind of starting to see it just with how things have went. I don't even want to make this political, but how things have gone, like when you shut this down, how this affects that. And we like that. Honestly, I'm so passionate about conserving the earth and just keeping her around because like he said, they ecosystems and our coral reefs, they can reheal and they can come back, but we have to start doing something about it. So back to Mermaid Straw, they really just support that, and they actually, I do believe, donate some of their money into research and to help preserving our oceans and our lands. And it's just, we just have to do it. It's just, and it's like little stuff. It's like little stuff that I don't think that's big of a, you know what I mean? Like just use a metal straw. It's not that big of a deal. So I know obviously I can't change the whole world, right? I'm just one person, but if that's just one more person who's consciously aware And like anytime me and my kids go to the beach or anywhere, we pick up, even if it's not ours, just because I want them to have that. That like makes me so sad to think that my daughter can't grow up and dive in the beautiful water. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, I understand.
it
Yep.
just really hit. I don't know. And like I said, I entered my 30s and just like light bulbs started going off, and the things I used to care about, I don't care about anymore. And I don't know. It just kind of woke you up a little bit. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But anyways, Mermaid Straw is a great company. They've been around for a while, and they're right over. They're not too far from me. They are just right over in Indiana. So it's kind of nice that I can jump back and forth between Indiana and Illinois. They do beach cleanups once a month, which is really great. So if you guys are interested in that, you can reach out to them. They're really good about hosting stuff like that. And
Yes, yes. And Mermaid Echo is in here on my side, and she just recently did a mermaid beach cleanup as well. Hello, Mermaid Echo. I see you, babe. I see you. So we're actually looking into doing, because after any holiday around here, you're probably the same. After any
right,
holiday, the trash that gets left behind on the beaches is just immense. Pardon me, Echo, you're right. Uh, they are in here as well. I apologize, Echo. That's right. So when they have so much trash on the beach, even though they have garbage cans and things, I kind of encourage families that when they go to the beach that they need to bring uh, a personal trash bag, because even though you think you put it into a can, the cans are open and the wind could come and take it. So
right,
just anytime that you take anything with you, take it back with you. Just take it home. Like I don't ever think that anyone else should be responsible for us as an adult, right? Especially if we're
right,
trying to teach our children how to be, good caregivers of the earth and just overall good citizens. Just be responsible for your own garbage. It's
right.
fine. You want to take a picnic? That's great. Take it back with you. Like, take your trash,
Sure.
right? No one wants it here. So I'm kind of hoping that after things get settled down a little bit here, that we'll also be participating in a Mermaid Beach cleanup. Um, and I also truly believe, and Rashell might agree with me or not agree with me, but I feel that like once you put it into the mind of children and sort of over and over, there is nothing more embarrassing as a parent or as an adult to hear a child tell you something that you should already know. Like, why are you littering? There's a can over there. Like, because children will tell you straight up.
Yes.
Children will tell you how it is. And I think that if we can get to the kids, if we can like sort
Yeah.
of implant these little subliminal messagings, then they can embarrass their parents for us.
Yes, for sure. I agree with that. They do
I'm
say
kind of
whatever they
evil.
want to say. They say whatever they want to say.
But I was really happy to see that you had paired up with mermaid straw, and we have I have one box of plastic straws in this house, and I've had the same box of plastic straws for 11 years. It's the same box. It's the same box that sits there because we use our mermaid metal straws, and I also just recently picked up bamboo straws that are actually manufactured here in Canada, which is interesting because I was like, huh, how do I do that? We don't really have bamboo here, but okay, cool. I'll take it. So I'm gonna try those out too, because I understand that some people were saying that you know, as a comfort, sometimes they chew on the straws, but I actually think mermaid straws does offer little
They do.
silicone
They
things
do.
on the end to make them
Uh-huh.
soft for when you put them in your mouth. You're not, you
Yeah,
know,
you're not clanging. Yeah, they do. So, yes.
so they've thought of everything. They've thought of everything. There's no excuses, guys. There's no excuses. There's no excuses for this
For
nonsense.
sure.
But I wanted to go back with you, Mermaid Rashell, and talk about your style specifically, and why you vibe with it. Like, what about the vintage mermaid style attracted you so much? Was it something from your childhood? Was it something like a poster that inspired you? Like, why vintage glam mermaid? Why?
You know what's funny is I didn't actually think I had a particular style until like you messaged me and kind of brought it to my attention. Like, yes, I feel like I love everything vintagey, and I thought about it, and honestly, it kind of stems back from my mom. And
Mm,
like I didn't like purposely plan this style. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of just what I've been exposed to. And my mom is very into like antiques and like vintagey. At some point, she's getting her floors done right now. At some point, I think I might actually do a tour of my mother's house.
Oh, that'd
Just
be
because
nice.
it's like a museum. It's if you're really into vintage and antique stuff, like my mom's house is really beautiful. And I honestly like subconsciously didn't realize I was doing that. And I really think that's where it stems from because and I did for a while. I owned a beauty. I'm now independently. I work by myself during the day. I'm a hairdresser. My first salon I owned. I did own like a full girl salon for a while. It was called Vintage Beauty Lounge, and I've just always really liked. I don't know. I just like the style. I like the era. I feel like I belonged in that era. Um,
I
I
understand
don't
that
know. It just
completely.
it just vibes with me. I just really like it. And I like I said I didn't even purposely realize I was doing it until like you I feel like my makeup is not nearly as you guys make me feel way better about my makeup than what I like. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I don't usually spend a whole. Today was the longest I spent on my look, but I did it because I was like nervous and I was like, okay, you can't look busted. So for me, like, I don't
I'm
have
not
as
that
much
scary.
I don't have as much time to work on my look as I really would like to, just because having kids, like you got to get ready and then go get some lunch or let the dog out. Like it takes hours just to get this done because you have to do other things while you're doing it. So I think honestly, like I said, it just kind of stems back from my mom. And I like accidentally came across it. And my Mersona too, she is from, she was born in 1800. So she's an old mermaid. So she's been
Oh, I
around
love the way. Oh my gosh,
through all
please
of
tell me
that.
her story. I loved how you just said that. My Mersona, she was like it's like a separate entity. Tell me her story, please, because I want to hear this. You can't
She
just skip over that and pretend like you didn't just say that. Like you
she
said
doesn't
that.
it's not honestly it's not that great. She's not as developed. I really honestly wish it was more developed. My basically she is from the Baltic seas, more like over by Norway and stuff like that. She was like queen of the Baltic seas forever, and kind of you know it, they were taken apart by man. And I have sisters that I haven't seen in a long time, and then I just kind of migrated my way over to North America, and I'll fill in the gaps as I come up with it. But I really wish I had more time to like dive into my Mersona. Basically, she's a queen. Obviously, I'm very about empowering other women, and I refer. And when I use the word queen too, I use it like with everybody. So even if you're a guy and I call you a queen, I just mean it like it's empowering. Like I don't necessarily mean you're a female. I just call everybody queen because I feel like everybody should feel that way about themselves. Like
It's
they
like
should feel
a
strong.
regal empowerment. I completely understand. It's like a
Yeah.
regal, like hold your head up because you look great,
Yeah.
you got to feel great, you're great.
Pretty much. Yes.
So
Exactly.
tell me a little bit more about that because maybe we can help develop the story. I don't know. Echo says we love strong character development. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So tell me, is she that old, or is this like she's been reincarnated multiple times,
No,
or is this the same
she's
character?
that old. So I'm like one of the. She's that old. She's one of like the original. Like I have this theory of like different kingdoms. She was the ruler. She had siblings. And I'm still developing more of that.
We love it. We love every
I
second
have
of it.
like a. I love. I'm such a like hopeless romantic. Like I kind of like the whole idea of like I have a lover who like left me for a human type of thing. I tried to venture in. I'm very because she's kind of spiteful. I want there to be like a level of like yes, she's wonderful, but she'll also cut your throat out, right? Like I
She's
at
ready to.
some
She's
point
gonna throw fins. She's ready.
at,
She's ready
at
to throw
some
fins.
point there will be like I think around Halloween I'm gonna try and develop this like siren-y level of her. It just takes me a really long time to to come up with just the basic. And then I feel like honestly, like with my mermaid looks, like I get like almost Mersona blocks. Like I can't figure out. So sometimes I have to kind of like cosplay other characters. Like this whole series is very based off Persephone. Like I'm really into that and like her like relationship with Hades and stuff like that. So I like to kind of dabble in with different, I guess, fairy tales or stories or whatever you wanna call it. So yeah, I'm just not. Unfortunately, I wish I had this great like Mersona story to tell you. Like, who's got a great one? Regina, hers I've like could read over. I don't know if you follow Regina or not, but she has a really great like in depth Mersona like wrote out story. So yeah, I'm actually in
I
like
love that. I love it when people do that. Mermaid Nymphia also has this
oh
really
hers
complicated.
she doesn't even know I exist, and I'm such a fan of hers. Like, if you're
I'll
one
tell her you
who
said
watches
that.
this, like, I'm obsessed with her style. Like, it literally like draws you in, like,
It does.
and you get
It's
addicted.
so
It's like a
enchanting.
series. It's like I constantly am looking at her. Her stuff is honestly like legit. Like, I put together like 2-second TikToks, and she like puts the icons and the things, and I can't. That's
Nymphia's
so much
goals.
time.
I agree. I
So
agree.
much
I
time.
agree completely. She has no idea. Like, I told her
I'm
like
in love with her. I'm so
I
much
was just
serious.
watching.
Like,
I was just watching her do an Instagram live not too long ago where she was like, um, E6000 gluing individual glitter pieces onto her tail to match her hair, and I was just entranced. I was like,
yeah,
girl, like,
I
who's got
know.
time for that? I'm like, please, Nymphia, you're making me look bad.
I
No, it was
know.
so good. I was so enchanted by her. I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Pardon.
you're not fierce. Every time I'm like, okay, like I literally when you first started, I was like, I love to hate her because like I've been on TikTok for a year and I got no followers. She's been on TikTok 2 seconds and she's like got 20,000. I'm like, but I mean, you've got to put the work in, and I don't put in nearly as much work as you put in. So it just is what it is. But yeah, Nivea, if you ever watch this, I've been trying to get your attention. I want one of your belts. Take my money and make me one. I swear, I'm so obsessed. I'm so obsessed with her.
Oh,
But
I've got the hookup. I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna be like,
she doesn't
Nymphia,
even know I exist. She doesn't even know I exist. I do.
I
I'm
can
so
fix that.
obsessed with her. I'm like,
I'm a.
I always comment on her stuff. Nothing. I'm like, okay. But you know what? I'm a Libra, and I feel like that's my personality. Like, the more you ignore me, the more I want your attention. So, but no, she's dope. I like her a lot. I think she does really great stuff. So, kind of jealous.
I adore the fact how both of you have something very similar in the fact that you guys are fearless in regards to hanging things from your wigs or your hair because like I'm terrified. Like I'm terrified. I'm like if I clip something, something's gonna rip. I'm so scared. I'm such a scaredy cat to do things like this. And so when I see, like the look that you have on today, I'm not sure if you've like clipped those in or like sewn them in. I'm not sure how they're attached, but like that
They're
looks
not.
so magical. Like you just stepped out of nature and you're like, yes, I've just got butterflies. Deal with it. Like I'm
They're
such a
just they're
fantastic fish.
they're just kind of. I was like really proud of this. This took way longer than I wanted. I wanted to put more. Like I glued flowers down, but these ones are literally just sitting in my hair, so they could fall at any time.
It,
I just like I
but that
said,
makes it
I
magical. Rashell, that makes it
that
magical.
I feel so like I feel like such a fake because I don't spend that much time getting ready for these TikToks. But an hour is all I can give myself, and then I gotta move it along. So people that
You're
spend
so
hours,
funny. Oh my gosh.
oh I
No, I
can't.
No, you're the real one. I feel like I'm the one like going to my kids like go watch a movie. Like mommy's getting ready. Like go away. Calling my husband. I'm like come and get the kids. Like I'm doing something. Like this is my life.
Oh, I
I
can't
only
even.
TikTok in the night. I only take when the kids are asleep. That's when I make these videos. That's when I'm like, okay, they're sleeping. I have a camera in front of me that's a camera in their room and I can see them and hear them. And that's basically it. Like I'm like, okay, it's 9:30 at night. Time to put on a face full of makeup and make TikToks. That's it. That's all I can do.
Oh
And then
my
I'm
god.
crashing by like midnight. And I'm like, okay, like I gotta get up like in the morning and be a mom again. So that's it. This is all I got.
Hey, you honestly mad props. You do it so much, and there's no way because I need like because I do work full time. I work full time
Yeah.
behind the chair, and sometimes I just need a day where all I do is like sit down and do my housework and then like do not just be ugly for a day because I can't commit to this, and I don't make any of my content when my husband's home. Um, it's just it's a me
Is
thing.
it weird? Do you not do it because it's weird or?
No, I think it's just more me. He doesn't really care. But my husband and me are so opposite, right? Like he's like shy, quiet. I don't know why I'm the weird art girl, and like he was the hockey player, so like it doesn't really make. I don't know. It's just weird, and I don't like to do it when my 13-year-old's here either. Luckily, he's upstairs. You just get like, just wait. You get like judgy vibes, especially if you have a boy. Like they are super
My
like,
oldest is like that now. She's gonna be 8 tomorrow, and she's already like, "Mom, really? Like seriously? Like this is what we're doing?" And I'm like, "Be magical with me." And she's like, "I'm not. I don't want to."
yeah,
No.
no, he wants not.
I'm
He's
like,
an athlete. Yeah. So usually he's at school, and then usually it's just me and my daughter. And honestly, half the time she likes to be a part of it, so I can get her to like do a few with me, and then I can make my own the rest, just as long as I include her. She is being really good today. She said, she's watching a movie, and of course, I promised to make a TikTok with her. So, but
oh,
she's like my hype girl. Like my daughter is my best friend. Like I love her. We do everything together. She's so. Anytime I get like a new tail or accessory, she's like, "You want me to take a picture of you, mom? You want me to take a photo real quick?" Like she's my biggest fan. She's my number one supporter. So she makes it easy. So during the day, usually when my husband's at work and my oldest is at school, is usually when I do
see,
my
that's your
TikTok.
magical mermaid time. I completely understand. Everyone's got to have a magical mermaid time. So this is my youngest is now she's escaped the couch. Hang on a second. Come here. Come here. They can't see you. Say hi.
Oh,
Hi.
hi.
Hi. Hi. Say hi. All right, shoo. But I completely understand because I get the privilege of being a stay-at-home mom, right? My husband works full time and supports this house with a single income. So I have the privilege of being at home. So during the day, that's when I work, right? I got like, all the laundry and the cooking and the cleaning,
For
and with the
sure.
school year, had 2 kids in school online, and then folding and the mopping and then like that. And then in the night, I'm like, listen, everybody, don't you bug me, don't you talk to me, like that's how I have like mommy time. And I think it's not that I don't worship and love my children, because obviously I do. Like my entire life is for my children. um but I'm also teaching them boundaries in a sense.
Right.
Like I'm like, okay, this is mommy time and this is your time and this is your space and this is my space, so that as they get older, or even like I sort of dread when my youngest goes to school, um because she didn't go to school this year, and she'll be going to school for the first time in SK. But I'm trying to teach her that, like, there's a boundary. You like, this is your body, and no one else is allowed to touch your body, and you can tell people no, and you can tell people, I was playing with that. Don't grab it from me. Like this is so in a way, I mean, like TikTok is kind of like my fun time. Like I don't watch television, I make TikToks, right? I don't
Yeah.
It's just kind of, it's my obsessive personality, I guess. But I kind of use it, my sort of strange hobby, as a way of putting in life lessons into my daughters of like, this is your body, this is your space, and it's okay to have your space. Um, and it's okay to tell other people that you need space and that you need time to yourself. Because being trapped in a house with 2 children and my husband over the past 18 months, everyone's needed a space. And it's just like, leave me alone. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't ask for anything because I'm on vacation. Like, and that's
Correct.
okay. Like we can just tell people it's okay. So,
For sure.
but you did touch on something that I thought was really interesting. You owned a beauty salon at one point. Do you still own the beauty salon,
I
or is that chapter closed?
So no, I still do technically, but it's just me. I just work by myself, and then I have an assistant who pops in a couple days a week and helps me and cleans. But I had a salon for 3 years, and then I just decided I needed to have my own personal studio space. Sometimes you'll see like me in a weird workspace in my TikToks. That's my studio now, and it's just me. I just was too busy. So at the time, so I actually educate for Babe hair extensions, and I was educating at the time too for GK hair. So I was traveling all over the US and parts of Canada teaching other hairdressers how to do hair extensions and lash extensions and color and stuff like that. And I was working hair shows. Basically, I was like a platform stylist where I get on stage and demonstrate all that. And it was just too much for me to handle. I had like a salon full of 11 girls, and then I was gone like every other weekend. So it was just a whole lot. Well, then COVID happened. At that point, right before COVID, like a year or two before COVID, I made the decision I was going to pass up having a salon and just focus on me. So now it's just me. I still do hair. I've been doing hair 10 years. That just tells you how old I am again. again.
Secret, secret safe.
I specialize in hair extensions. That's what I'm pretty well known for. I do obviously do color, and I do actually have a hair page that I do tag a lot of times, like in on Instagram. It'll say Rocky. Rocky's like my hairdresser. That's another name that I go by. Rocky, my clients go by. So Rashell, by the way, is my real legal name. So I kind of kept that as my mermaid name. And then Rocky's just like my hairdresser name that other people know me by. So if you hear me go like, and it's kind of like, I kind of like my personality, my two personalities, right? Like Rashell's like the pretty, elegant, you know, real feminine. And then Rocky's like, I don't take no shit type of person. And that they just kind of collide. So yes, now I've had my studio for 3 years, and I honestly love it. Like I'm very introverted, and I like working by myself. Like I always tell people, like I literally work in a hole in a wall by myself in solitary confinement, and I love it. Like it's just so nice. Like I get to take people that love me, and it's just me and my clients. So it's really, really nice. And honestly, my clients have all been super receptive to it. They kind of like that it's just the one-on-one. You can kind of come in and unwind. I'm very come as you are. And to be honest with you guys, like I don't look like this normally, not even close. Like I don't usually wear makeup when I'm at my studio. Like if you're a new client of mine, you get me with a little bit of makeup and my hair done the first time. But after that, I'm just a mom. So
it's like we're in a relationship now. So that's coming off.
Yeah. So yeah. So
but I like that, because I like the fact that you know, you had, or you've recognized that you had a very busy lifestyle, and maybe it was draining a little bit, and it was just a little bit too much, and now you've scaled down. That's perfectly fine, because even as we go through different stages in life, and you know, we change, and you know, when we're you know, younger and teenagers, we love to party, right? And we love the people, and we love to be around people all the time, and we're always loud, and our music's too loud. Now I've gotten to the point, Rashell, where I'm like driving and someone will drive by me with loud music, and I'm that person that's like, that's me now. I'm like, oh no.
Yes.
Oh no, when does it happen? Meanwhile, like when I was a teenager and had my own car, I was like like da 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 da, you know, like, oh my god. Now I'm like, ew, can you, like, is it loud in here? Is it just me? It's happened. It's so bad.
Yeah. I just honestly, like, I just like having my own space. I can use it when I want. I still teach private lessons there, so that's nice. So it's just nice there's just nothing like peace. You can't put a price on peace. You know what I mean? Like, of course, when I had the salon, I made a lot more money, but you know what? I'm good. Like, I'm so good. It allows me to do other things. Like, I'm really trying to kind of branch in and experiment with photography. That's something I want to try and dabble with. No promises or anything, but that's something I'm really trying. And you can do that when you have your own space. You can do that. I can do whatever I want. So
that'd be so wonderful.
Yeah, it's really great for me. I don't hate to say it. I really do love my job. I really do love doing hair, and then I love that I can kind of intermingle them a little bit, because I do have people that I do also do like wig styling. I like refresh wigs and stuff. Whimsy, she sent me a ton of wigs, and I'm making like before and after videos of them. I like revamp wigs and stuff. So we and her kind of like
no, wait a minute. Whimsy sent you a bunch of before mermaid wigs. I can only imagine what they looked like. Oh,
they're pretty
no.
raw. Yeah. So so that's kind of a side service I offer. And with her, it's great because like I always want to buy, like, this is a Whimsy top. I'm obsessed with her tops. She makes crowns. So I'm like, hey, Lori, Whimsy, make me this, give me some. So we like just can trade services that way. So it's kind of nice.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You know?
It's always nice to have a mermaid buddy. And Mermaid Joanne just popped in to say hello. I don't know if you know Joanne. Mermaid Joanne. She's from Wales. She's my UK mermaid from Wales. and we just love her. And I did a Mermaid Live with her not too long ago. So hello, Mermaid Joanne. Hello, Mermaid Joanne. Meet Mermaid Rashell. Mermaid Rashell is the
I'm a
vintage
big
glam
fan of you
mermaid.
too, by the way. I am a big fan of Mermaid Joanne. She's another one who gets way more done than I could ever
Oh,
imagine. The amount of content you
she's
guys
so wonderful. And I was
can
just
put out,
talking to her.
I can't even touch it. I can't. You guys got like 18 videos out to my one. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't keep
No, my gosh, you've been. Oh, yeah, okay. She's just out here like running a busy queen business life and doing wigs and hair for people and making everyone look fabulous. She's a busy fish, okay? She's a busy fish. We don't judge. She's a busy fish. Do you ever? Oh, you know what would be so wonderful? If you were to ever put out content on TikTok or on Instagram of you like mermaid wig styling tutorials, because like honest to God, like girl, I've got this wig on my head, I've got two pins in it. Like this is the best I can do. Like this is it. This is it.
I
That's
am
all that's
okay.
happening.
So funny that you say that. So the thing that I'm putting on with Whimsy with the Illinois Merpod, I'm actually teaching a wig styling class. It'll be
Yeah.
in October, and there will
Oh,
be somebody recording it. And that's another thing I'm working on is like coming up with more tutorials and wig stuff for you guys. I
yes.
do have stuff that I'm working on that's in progress because I am like doing my like the wigs that Lori sent me. I'm like doing the befores and the afters. It just takes
Wonderful.
me. It just takes a really long time to detangle a wig like that, and the longer they are, like the first wig I did of hers took me 3 hours to detangle and restyle, and that wasn't including the washing and cleaning and all that. And I do go in and kind of thin them out and cut away at what needs to go. So I just am so slow. It just takes me a
No,
long
but
time.
I think
But
that's
there's
a
stuff
really good
coming.
thing to see. That's a good thing to see though, because I think that a lot of people think that you know, when we present the face of mermaiding to people, we present often a finished product, right? Like
Right.
here, boom, I woke up like this. They don't often see, well, you have to clean your tail after you've been swimming. You've got
Right.
to rinse it out. You've got to hang it to dry. Sometimes you have to do deep cleans. You got to brush out your wig after you've been, and as you said, they could take hours to do if you really want to care for it and make it, last you a long time. So I think that presenting the magical side of mermaiding is important, but also presenting the reality of how much work goes
Yeah.
into entertainment and presenting a beautiful product is also important, right? So
Yes.
I really appreciate the fact that you've taken on the job of doing someone else's wigs because girl, like I've got the bags and the wig gets folded and put carefully back in the bag and then we store it carefully. Like I'm so careful and oh my God, I can't, like, I'm terrified to even braid one. Like, I'm so scared that I'm gonna tangle it to no return, that it won't come back, you know? So I'm like, I just don't do it. I put a couple of clips in it and boom, we're done. That's it.
I get it. I get it. And the funny story about that is like I hardly ever like maintenance my own wigs. Like my first wig, my first like wavy pink one, like she's been cleaned one time. Like I just will buy a new one. I don't care. I'll just buy a new one. But
Oh
I
my
should
gosh,
not.
you're
I
so
should
funny.
not.
No, but that's so true though. Like when you're like a makeup artist or like a hairstylist or
Ugh.
even a construction worker, even like a house cleaner, right? How often do
Yeah.
people have like professional businesses and they're like, I don't want to. Like you walk into their houses, there's like crap everywhere, and they're just like, I don't want to. Like I do this for like, I don't want to. I don't want to do it. I'm like, I hear you. There's no judgment here.
Yeah.
None.
No.
Zero. I'm like, I have two little tornadoes that live in my house. I completely understand. I go to like pick up something over here and they're like over there. So
Yes. Yes.
I
I just
completely understand what you're saying.
yeah, so and honestly, like I want to put it out there too. You guys don't have to spend a lot of money on wigs either. And
$12. 12.
like a light bulb just went off. So fun fact, when I buy wigs, I guess I kind of know what I'm looking for because I understand the lingo, and I feel like I should do that. Like, how can I tell if this wig? You've gotten a wig before, right? And it doesn't really look like the photo. And I really like a full wig, so I feel like I should go through like an Amazon, like how to shop for a wig and how to tell like how thick it is or what, you know what I mean? I feel like that's something I should at some point. Right now,
Teach us,
because
oh wise sensei. We are your students and we are here to learn.
they're
Please.
just,
Because I
there's
don't
just,
know.
it's so funny because there's just so much stuff that like I think about and know that I think is just like common knowledge, and it's not like not like I wrote an article for Fins like 2 years ago, like a simple like hair care, just on basic hair care, like when you get in the pool and out of the pool, and like I had a lot of people message me about that and said it was like super informational. Like I didn't realize people didn't know that when you get in a chlorinated pool, you really should like feel your hair up if you're going like, you know, even if you're wearing a wig, you should fill it up with conditioner before you get in because that fills the cuticle up and then that like helps prevent the chlorine and chemicals getting in. So many people are like, I didn't have any idea. And I'm like, oh, okay. I feel like everybody should know that or knew that. And a lot of people just don't know certain stuff, and it's just super easy stuff that you have access to. They just don't know. They just don't know. And I guess I feel like I don't think I take it for granted. I just feel like it's something if you're a girl you should know, and that's super stereotypical because a lot of girls are like, what is this, like here's an example. The lash glue brand I use, I found out, is like super great and upholds really well in water, and I just thought, you know, all lash glue did that. I don't know. And something else I found out while like being around my mermaid friends, a lot of girls didn't realize, or men didn't realize, the blender sponge, you're supposed to wet it before you use it. A lot of people didn't know that. And now that I think about it, have you ever seen a YouTube video where they actually wet the sponge first and then use it? No, they just start using it.
Yeah, they just go, I've got my beauty blender sponge.
Yeah.
I've got it. I've got a hair. Like look at how nasty mine is. Like, ugh, it's got
Mine
concealer
are
all
gross.
over it.
Mine are gross too. But yeah, just like eat simple stuff like that. Like some people just don't realize. They're like, oh, you're supposed to wet the sponge. I'm like, yeah, you didn't realize your like makeup was like getting soaked into it when it's dry? They're like, no, I had no idea. So I feel like it's like on my to-do list of things. My daughter's going to preschool full time in the fall, so I will have a lot more time to record stuff. So more
Oh, that's so
informational
wonderful,
stuff. I
Mama.
know. I'm so
I've got, yeah,
sad.
I know. My youngest is going to SK full time, and then or senior kindergarten, and then my oldest turns 8 years old tomorrow, and she'll be going into
Oh,
grade 3.
happy
So
birthday.
yeah, I'm not gonna have a good day tomorrow, but that's okay. I'm gonna make it magical for her. But as for me as a
Yeah,
mom, like like this. But I I really think that the mermaid community is an eclectic group of people, of experts in the field, of cosmetologists and hairstylists, hair care experts, beauty gurus, fashionistas. Like, we're kind of all over the place.
for sure.
And so sharing what has taken us, a lifetime to figure out, is really beneficial and helpful to those who want to learn, right? Because I'm not going to jam any of my information down anybody's throat. It's
Right.
out there. If you want to learn, it's there for you. If you don't want to learn, or you found something else that works better for you, that's fine too, right? That's totally fine. We don't my way is the only way. But in regards to especially personal hair care with pools, because I believe this, that my local pools have increased the chlorine levels to
Yes.
inhumane levels. Like, I'm pretty
Yes.
sure I'm going to come out with a third eye at one point.
Yes.
Uh, which it I wouldn't be mad at it, but it's fine. Um, I think that caring for your hair, and whether you're a male or a female, it doesn't really matter, because you don't really want breakage, and you don't want to have hair falling out, or you don't want to have bleaching or anything like that. So the more information you share with us, it just benefits the community as a whole,
For sure.
right?
Yes,
and
for sure.
and and we appreciate your knowledge so much, and we appreciate your brain, and we're coming to pick it.
I do have a hard time though sometimes. Like I don't know. Are you in the Finfolk group on Facebook? Are you in that group, JC?
I
The Fin.
am, yes.
Okay. I have such a hard time. So the last time somebody had commented about hair, I like had to like I was like, I'm very much like, don't be a troll, right? Like don't just let people say what they want. But somebody had asked about hair care, and like everybody, everybody's got their opinions, and I just
Yeah.
had to chime in, and I was like, just seek a licensed professional, because the reality of it is my hair, like, it's like a prescription, right? So what works for my hair isn't always going to be the same prescription that works for JC's hair or
Oh, I
for
understand.
Joanne's hair. So
Yep.
you can't, for me, it's so hard for me to not say anything, because it's like, hair is an organ. You really need to see a professional about it. Like, and so I try not to chime in and be negative, but I always just really recommend, like, ask a licensed professional. And the thing is too, there are professional products out there that people are using that are good products, but they're also really damaging and drying too. Like, clarifying shampoo and conditioner, like, it is a drying shampoo, regardless if it's over the counter or over the shelf. And yes, it does remove chlorine from the hair, but it also removes all those natural oils too. So you just really need to be careful with what you're using. If you're like I always say, you can have nice hair and mermaid at the same time, but you have to take care of it. Like, I
Yep.
get compliments on my blonde hair. My hair naturally is blonde and it's longish. I do wear extensions, but however, my real hair is decent. It's about to here. And people always make comments, and they like, "Oh man, your hair looks really well. It looks like you take care of it." I do. I take really good care of my hair. So those are just things like, you can either be picky or you can be cheap, but you can't be both. So if you want nice, long, beautiful, luscious hair and you still want a mermaid, you can have your cake and eat it too. But I do highly recommend, seeking professional advice and consultations to get you in that path. So.
Oh, you poor thing. Rashell, everyone's an expert on the internet. Didn't you know
Oh my
that?
gosh, it's cringeworthy.
I can't with the so I was in a Facebook group for mermaids. I don't know what it is with Facebook. Any other of my mermaid friends like just scared of Facebook at this point because I kind of am.
Yeah.
Somebody said in this mermaid Facebook group, um, I've just taken an over-the-counter prescription for a mental health issue. I don't remember what it was. And then she's like, now I'm gonna go scuba diving.
Oh, oh my
And
gosh.
people were saying, "Oh, then you better take an upper or you better take it down." Like people were
Oh my
literally telling this
gosh.
woman to
Take
to
more
pair
drugs.
up, yeah, to pair up a mental health prescribed brain drug with like other, and I'm like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "They're going to
No.
kill her." I'm like, "They're actually going to cuz can
Yes.
you imagine you have a blackout underwater?" I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. No, no."
Yeah.
And so I put down I again, I'm kind of like you, Rashell. I'm like, "Listen, you twats, everyone be quiet. You don't know what you're talking." I'm like, please talk to your pharmacist before doing any
Yes.
activities after taking this medication because your pharmacist will tell you, oh no, you shouldn't operate heavy machinery. You shouldn't go
No.
swimming. You could have a risk of a blackout. You need to be at home on your couch in your bed. So I'm a firm believer in experts and their expert opinions.
Yes.
And I'm not so much a believer in just like random, like, if it's a mommy group and I'm going, oh my gosh, I can't get my kid to go to sleep, that's fine. I'll have
Yeah.
mothers tell me their little trade secrets and whatever's going. But if I'm going swimming, or if I'm like, I just bleached my hair and I want to get into a pool and someone's like, oh, rub mayonnaise on it, like just maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe,
All I have to say is to people, like, if you use like mayonnaise and stuff like that, I don't want to put like this out, but like, there's a very popular hair product going around, and it's Monet or Monat or whatever, and people rave about it. Like if the professionals aren't using it, it's probably not great. Like, if mayonnaise works so well, I would be using it, because mayonnaise is really cheap to buy.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to pay for the expensive cost either. I still have to buy it too. Like, everyone's like, it's so expensive. Yeah, you're feeding and nourishing an organ. Like, I know it sucks. I get it all the time. People are like, this is so expensive. But like I said, if mayonnaise and eggs worked, I would be buying them by the dozen because they're so cheap. Like, if that was a fix all, I would have a deep freezer in my studio, and just mayonnaise and eggs
Can
until the
you
cows come
imagine?
home.
You're
No.
like Rochelle's beauty salon and sandwich shop. You know, come
I
in,
just
come
can't.
in for the hair care and stay for the egg salad sandwiches. Like I
Yeah,
can't, like, what
no.
is happening? I again,
Oh,
like, if
but
anybody
yeah.
wants, I worry because at the end of the day, if you take the advice of strangers that really don't know what they're talking about, you know, you could risk your hair falling out or hair breakage or like personal damage to yourself, like burning to the scalp or whatever. So we just don't. We just we just don't.
Yeah, and I too. You know what I really cringe over? I'm don't come for me, but Arctic Fox. Like everybody is so obsessed with that,
Oh, the dye, the colored
and
dye in the tube.
and I
Yeah.
yes, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like it is a step above splat. Like just because the thing is, people see that it says vegan friendly or this or that. Just because it's got vegan in it doesn't mean it's good for the hair. Like and people just they get so sold on that. Like the Arctic Fox works okay, but again, if it was like did everything it said it did, the professionals would be using it. Like
Yep.
I don't know. I always hate when people will like message me and like ask me like what I think, and I'm like, if it's something over the counter, I've probably not used it, so I don't have an opinion on it anyways. But the research that I have done on some of the stuff, like I mean, you can read. I have such distrust, I guess. Like Arctic Fox, like you can read it a little bit, and like there's some ingredients in there that I wouldn't agree with that is vegan, but it's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
If
that's
you, I always
interesting.
tell people though, if you use what you know, and if it works for you, fine. But you will not see me using it ever in my life. But yeah,
Oh,
I just
no, Rochelle, we just came up with a new series for you. Vintage Mermaid Salon Reacts. And you could just pick
I
all the people on TikTok that dye their own hair and just react
oh
to be
I
like,
know so
girl.
so many people have been like, you need to do a thing like Brad Mondo, and I'm like, but that's Brad Mondo's thing. Like that's see, I don't want to do that either because like I don't want the mermaids to come for me. Like I don't. I'm all about like it's a no for me, but do what you need to do. Like if you like it, use it, but there's not going to be
See,
great long term benefits
I
from
even
it.
like that. I even like that perspective. This is going to be a no
It's a no
for
for me.
me.
I
It's a
say that a
no
lot.
for me.
No for me.
It's a no for me. I love that so much. Oh my gosh, Rochelle. Rochelle, you're such a hidden gem. You are. You're just a plethora of knowledge and just wonderfulness. And yeah, if your mom agrees, I would really love to see a house tour of like all the magical things that your mom, because it sounds like Disney World in there, and I'm kind of loving for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely she's definitely not a mermaid, but there's definitely
Oh, I don't know.
it's it's a night she and but I she's done it pretty much all herself. So it's a pretty house. I'll have to it'll probably be a few weeks. Like I said, she's still getting the rest of her floors put down, and you know she's got to clean it like 40 times.
Oh
But
yeah, mom, gotta look good.
I bet she would let me do like a tour of her house. It's older, it's super old, but it's just it's a yeah, it's a hidden piece. It's a hidden gem too. It's like
It's a hidden
the
gem.
neighborhood she lives in is not the nicest, but then my mom's like little perfect cottage house is like in the middle of it. It doesn't make sense. So,
Oh my
but
gosh, how
she's very cute.
adorable.
It's cute.
Like a little getaway of like you're driving down the street and you're like, oh, ooh,
It is.
like that,
It's
like that.
well, and the outside's really pretty too because she loves to garden. So it always looks like there's like an Amazon like little area in the front because there's so many
How
flowers and
magical.
yeah, her backyard's pretty cute too. Her and my daughter have some fun back there. It's cute.
I thought
It's
you said
different, but
your
it's
mommy
cute.
wasn't a mermaid. That sounds pretty mermaid magical to me.
Oh, yeah, she's. I don't think she consider herself a mermaid. She's pretty conservative. She's a, yeah. I don't think she. I'm quite
That's
different from her.
okay.
Quite
We'll
different.
we'll be fangirls of your mom, and she can be magical to us.
But she
She's
does.
magical to us.
She makes nice stuff. She always makes like cute stuff for me, for my studio and my house. So a lot of the stuff that, if you get a peek at or whatever, that might look. Oh, did somebody make that? Yeah, she made it. So she likes to do it. So, ah, that lost you there.
That's okay.
Okay.
Do you have a tail on? Are you wearing a tail?
I'm not. I'm not. I have leggings on. My tail's right here. My pink tail's right here, though.
Oh, which one? Which skin is that? Is that the Mertailer?
This is my Mertailor. This is my custom one. There's no fin in it. But this one is my custom Mertailor
How
for the
fantastic is that?
three.
Look at the sparkle. Like it looks like the fabric is sparkling to
It
me.
does. It actually is like rose gold, like up close. I don't know how good my lighting is in here, but yeah, this is my custom one that I got done last year. So
It's
she's
beautiful. Did you
she's my
take what
baby.
inspiration did you take from that? Like what inspiration did you give them? Are you like feeling like Princess Aurora vibes or something? Like what is the inspiration behind
Um,
that tail?
I sent him like a few like portraits that I'd found on Pinterest of the execution and like the color. Like I think one
Yeah.
was like a shoe. I don't know. I really didn't have like I just was like I really want a super pink tail. Like I just really wanted it to like be my like vibe. I will say the one thing I wasn't crazy about is the dorsal fin on it. It's kind of like got a spiral look to it. So I probably won't mess with dorsal fin. I'm just not a dorsal fin person. I'm finding out. It took like a couple dorsal fin tails, and for whatever reason, I either don't like the way it looks in the water or like it sits like this is probably TMI. It doesn't sit like in the middle of my butt.
Ah.
It sits on one cheek or the other, and I have a pretty big derriere, so like it is very
What do you
noticeable when it's off center. So I'll probably just stick with hip fins. I have a few more tails coming soon.
Ta
Anytime.
tail unboxings? Tail unboxings,
I
yes?
I have like 3 new tails
Oh.
coming. I
Oh.
know, I know, I know. Um, one of
But
them's just like
tell me about your outfit that you have on right now because someone's asking me about
oh,
our outfits. So I'll have you go first. Like what are you wearing today, darling? Tell me, strut your
okay.
stuff. What are
So
you wearing?
this,
Look at how magical that looks. Shut up. I
so
love
this,
it so much.
this is like one of probably my favorite tops. Like out of out of not my silicone because I do have silicone ones. Lori made this one, and it's
Yeah,
actually kind of starting to fall apart. And this is my favorite top currently because it's so lightweight and it's comfortable. I don't know if you own any silicone tops, but they get kind of tighter, like, because the silicone makes it tighter. So this one is actually a Whimsy Studio. She made this for me last year, and like I said, I wear the crap out of it. I wear it to death.
it's
It is my
beautiful.
favorite, and it kind of matches all of my tails. So any of my pink tails, or in my green one. I have one tail that's not. It's my green, my sea glass. It does match that too. So, and then I wear a lot of these. Let me see if I can back up.
Oh, like a netting, like a fish netting belt on your abdomen?
It's just like a wrap. It's like a belly dancer wrap. I'm
Oh,
pretty
how cute.
known to wear these. And then I have some Finfolk leggings on. This is like one of my tails that's coming. If you can figure out
Ah, I know
what
exactly what
tail,
that is.
I had to get it. I had to have it.
She had to have it, girl. Had to do it.
So yeah, so I wear a lot of these, and then these are just like I just glued like flowers down. I wanted to do more to like cover my tattoo, but I ran out of time. So that's pretty
It's a
much it.
beautiful tat. It's a
Thank
where
you.
I love it so much. It's beautiful.
I always like want to do like all this like stuff right here, and then I forget I have tattoos, and I'm like, oh well, we just doing the face then.
What do you mean? You can still, it's so beautiful. It's like a work of art on your body.
I know, but I just sometimes would really like to get drawing more and just taking the time to like white it out and everything. I just don't. I will at some point. I'll get to it. I'll get to it at some point. So.
Just everyone be
So
patient.
yeah,
She's a busy fish.
I am. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I've got like my like TikTok tail on. My brother got me this tail for my birthday. It's just like a fin fun,
Oh, nice, nice.
just like this new fin fun, and they've got these new like sparkly scales on it that I think is really pretty. And then I've just got like
So
my
cute.
little seashell tail. You know, looking cute because I get a little bit. I don't know how you feel about it, Rashell, but like I get a little bit creeped out by like the idea of starfish. I'm like,
It
I don't know
doesn't
if I
bother
want
me.
I don't want starfish on my boobies. Like I don't think I'm not feeling that, like they're it'll be moving around and it'll be gross.
So, I mean, if they're not real, it doesn't bother me. I actually have one starfish shop, and I actually have another one that's being made. To me, it doesn't
Oh,
bother me, but yeah, I do feel like some people are not digging the starfish. So
I'm not feeling the starfish. I like shells or like sand dollars or like you've got like leaves or something happening on that tail, like seaweed kind of sort of.
yeah, this is just. I
I
just
love
told
it.
her I wanted a greenery top, like a real florally greenery top, and this was kind of just what she came up with. It does have like some netting that comes down a little bit too. This is actually attached to the top, so
Oh,
she
that's
kind of
perfect.
just incorporated it. Yeah, so yeah, I really like it a lot. It's one of my favorites. So, and like I said, it's really light and comfortable. So I love it.
Were you okay? So if you were interested in getting a top, sorry, I don't know what to call them, a belt, I guess, from Mermaid Nymphia,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
are you interested in adding one of those to your collection?
Oh, for sure. I actually just got a silicone tail, and I'm actually looking. My silicone tail needs some work done to it. It doesn't really quite fit right, and it would just help a lot. I like, and I would probably wear it a lot either with that one, just to kind of cover up the weird. It kind of folds over weird, kind of because it's too big. And then I also just got my mythic back from Finfolk. It's the Lokiani Rose,
Oh,
and I feel
lovely.
like that might be a little too short for me in my comfort. So I would just like to have a belt to kind of like, fill that in without having to try, because I can't sew. I can't add to my tail like some people can add to their myth. I can't do that. And I
I
don't
don't
live in an area
know.
I don't live in an area where I can take it to somebody. It's just not accessible. So I just think it would be nice just to have that. I love Mermaid Miranda's. That's the first time I like caught
Yes.
wind of it. And then obviously Nautilus, I started stalking her a little bit and realized she made them, and I'm like, oh, these are like, they're like breathtaking. Like I'm just so, and I haven't seen her make a pink one yet. So I'm like, make me a pink one, but she doesn't know I exist. So,
Have you
but
messaged
yeah,
her?
yeah.
Have you messaged her Instagram yet?
Um, I don't think I've messaged her on Instagram. I think I've like commented on a few things here and there, but I haven't like directly messaged her.
Oh,
So
shoot her a DM.
maybe I should
She's
do that.
wonderful. Yes.
Maybe I should
Yes.
do that. It's on my
Just
list of things to do, but
Oh, you mean like the other 100 billion things that we have to
yeah,
do as moms
yeah.
and magical
But
fish
yes,
people?
it would be nice to have like a signature belt for sure. So
It'd be so
yeah,
beautiful. And on top of that, you've got the mythic, and like mythics are just I love the idea of like tails and stuff, and like I have one in the works myself, but like the mythic tails with those individual scales and all the sparkle and
yeah,
everything, they're beautiful.
they're like ball gowns for the water. I swear. Like I
Right?
would not wear that in the ocean. It'd be like a pool or. I'm actually
A
going to work
controlled.
on. Yeah, I'm get to work with Brett and Mercon, and I'm gonna save the mythic for him. Yeah, I'm super bummed about that. So definitely can't wait to get some like good shots of her. So I'm excited. I do,
Oh.
however, though, I do have to get off here though, JC. I gotta run
Oh no,
away
that's fine. We've been on for an
to my
hour, Rochelle. I'm
oldest.
not going to keep you. I enjoyed talking to you so much, and I'm so thankful that you came in here to speak to me. And it was a pleasure meeting you. And I
Yeah.
guess we're gonna go do mommy things now because the
Yeah,
fantasy's over and we gotta go be a mom again.
for
All right.
sure. But thank you so much. It was great to come on here and to talk to you. It was great. I had such a good time. So I hope
Thanks
to
for
see
talking to me, Rochelle.
more. I know.